Welcome back, friends, to today's episode. Today, I want to talk to you about how to not be afraid of the winter. In other words, what's good about winter? The reason I wanted to talk about this subject is because I've been chatting with a lot of you on social media. And what I'm hearing from a lot of you is that you're really looking at this winter with a lot of fear and trepidation. We are stuck at home. A lot of us are working from home. A lot of us are homeschooling. There is not a lot of freedom to go out and do things that we're typically able to do in the winter. And winter is already a season that we are cooped up, right? And so a lot of us are looking at winter just kind of like a deer in the headlights, like, oh my gosh, how am I going to make it through this? So here's what I want to say to you. I get it. This has been a really difficult time. And because of that, I'm actually doing something unusual. I am going to open up my schedule for free 15-minute discovery calls for you now through the end of the year so that we can hop on a call and see if there's anything that I can offer you in terms of ways to support you right now. Because one of the things I think is so crucial is that we learned to put on our own oxygen mask before we try to save everyone else around us. And unfortunately, the situation in the world has put us in a place where we feel like we have to keep everybody else afloat. And in the meantime, our own health, our own mental state, our own emotional state, our own self-care has gone down the toilet, right? So let's explore together some ways that we can figure out how to create more leverage for you even during this super challenging season. If that's something that is of interest to you, I just wanted to say this right at the beginning of this episode because I feel like this is such a critical time for so many of us. I want you to go to bit.ly/Discover with Erin. That's all lowercase, Discover with Erin. That's going to bring you to my booking tool. You can pick any 15-minute time slot that works for you. Give me your phone number and I'll give you a call and we can see what we can work out together. One of the things that I specialize in is helping people to know what leverage they have on the table at any given moment, especially when we're talking about seasonal living. And here we are, it is the solstice right now, and the sun is now going to start to return a little bit more light to us every day here in the north. I trust that we are going to learn how to do that same thing for ourselves. That despite what feels like a lot of darkness, a lot of illusion, a lot of discord, a lot of chaos, a lot of strife, that because we get to choose our own energy, we get to choose ultimately how we show up by starting with ourselves, that we are going to each start to learn how to bring back the light to ourselves. And what's so cool about winter is that when we talk about traditional Chinese medicine, when we talk about Ayurveda, we are talking about traditions that teach us that we aren't actually meant to be the same every day, that we're not supposed to have the same mood, the same body, the same just anything in any given season. It is meant to shift and change with wherever we are in our life, wherever we are in the season. And when we're going into winter, what these traditions teach us is that we need to change our routines. We need to change our lifestyle to accommodate for the things that are challenging in this season. And we need to change our lifestyle to accommodate for the things that we have to leverage. So right now, let's say there isn't all of the scary things going on that are going on in the world right now. Let's just say it's a normal winter. Going into winter, we are talking about a lot more water element. There feels like there's a lot of inertia in a lot of things. It's hard to get things going. Circulation might be struggling because we're not as active. When we talk about our nutrition, we are not going to be wanting to do a lot of foods with high water content, high water element, cold drinks. And a lot of this is very intuitive, right? Like, I don't really want to be drinking an icy beverage when it's below zero outside. I want to have a hot cup of tea and I want some spice in my food and I want some soups and I want some stews. Simple things like that, where we can learn to figure out, okay, this is what the elements in nature are teaching me. What can I drop upon within that can actually help me right now? And what do I need to be aware of as a challenge in this moment? When we're talking about Ayurveda specifically, there are hacks I like to call them health hacks that we can change in each season that will help to give our body an edge against the things that are especially a challenge. We're talking about lack of circulation. That doesn't just include our blood, that includes our lymph, and that means that our immunity is often compromised in the winter. There are specific things that Ayurveda teaches us that we can change in our lifestyle, and this is not like earth-shattering changes that we're talking about here. This is like really simple shifts and changes that we can make in our morning routine and our evening routine that take less than 5 minutes. Then when you know how to do those things, it can really make a difference in how you feel. It can really make a difference in your energy. It can really make a difference in how you're showing up for yourself, for your partner, for your family, for your coworkers. And right now, it will really make a difference in how we're showing up for the world. If we are approaching everything that's happening right now from a place of fear, we are going to internalize that fear into our bodies, into our families, into our energy, and that is going to perpetuate all around us. That is the last thing that we need to be happening right now in the world, right? So what we need to do is take ownership of our own energy. We need to take ownership of our own health. We need to take ownership of our own self-care. And what I love about these wisdom traditions is that it is the easiest, best jumping off point for us to figure out how to do that. This is why I created the Intuitive and Seasonal Living Academy. With the Intuitive and Seasonal Living Academy, we're breaking down each season. We're looking at, okay, what personal development is going to be best for me in this season? What is my spirit and my soul primed to work on, and what is it not? It's going to be breaking down the elements in nature, the elements in our body, and how we can use those things and that knowledge to our advantage. It's going to be breaking down our Ayurvedic routines and figuring out, okay, what do I need to shift and change in this season to keep myself healthy, to keep my family healthy, to keep things at home, good energy, happy energy, good, like just good vibes. This is something that's within our control when we know this information. So I want you to go to bit.ly/Isla Winter, that's all lowercase ISLAWINTER, and take a look at the Intuitive and Seasonal Living Academy winter session. We are going through those two areas of Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine. I also bring the third aspect in of aromatherapy for the winter season. And if there is ever a season where aromatherapy can help us to boost our moods, to uplift our spirits, to help to support our immunity, and just to keep the air clear in our homes during a time that we're just cooped up a lot more, this is something that can really help the whole family. It can help your kids when they're at home trying to do their schoolwork. It can help you with your moods and your stress level. It can help to bring more of a sense of harmony into your space. These are things that are really, really, really crucial for us right now. Then, along with that, my collaborator, Corianne Faith, she brings in this incredible personal development aspect that we talk about your body, we talk about your mind, and we talk about your soul. Each of those three areas. What is there to leverage in my thought life right now? What do I need to shift and change? What is within my power? What can I take back as far as my power in any of those three areas? What am I actually in control of when the world feels so out of control? Okay, so these are the areas that we cover in the Intuitive and Seasonal Living Academy. And I just really want to impress upon you that I know that it almost feels like we can't do anything. And that's what the illusion is. The truth is that you can bring back so much of your own power, so much of your own control when you can get back in touch with nature, and when you can get back in touch with some of this ancient wisdom that really teaches us what we have to leverage in each season. And I feel like that's such a powerful thing that I just want to bring to your attention right now, is that yes, everything feels crazy and out of control, but everything that I just talked about, this is actually things that you can shift and change, and it's super exciting. Along with this, I am opening up VIP one-on-one 12-week coaching. With the 12-week coaching, what we're doing is we are building a holistic lifestyle from you from the ground up. So whether you already have some experience in some of these areas that I've talked about, maybe you're a dabbler, you've been dabbling for a while, or maybe you have like no exposure to it, but you know that the time is now for you to make some of those changes because you have more time at home, because you are available to make changes in your space. You are more available right now to make changes in your nutrition, to change maybe how you filter the air or the things that you're using for body care products, how you're approaching movement, even something like how to deepen your connection with nature, how to homestead, talking about permaculture. We literally talk about all of these things in the VIP one-on-one coaching, and you get to have a weekly check-in call with me where we are going to go through every single one of these things step by step to build you the lifestyle that you actually want. So instead of looking at this time as being a stuck time, let's start to look at it as an opportunity to change things the way that we want them to be from now and going forward for forever. You can actually take this time to change your trajectory for where you want to go. I have a wait list for this program right now. There's only limited space, limited opportunity right now. So I want you to go to bit.ly/VIP with Erin. That's all uppercase. I'm going to put all of these links in the show notes for you today. And I want you to get yourself on that wait list. And on the wait list, you're going to be getting some emails from me that's going to tell you more details about the VIP program. And when a spot opens up, you will be notified. So again, I just want to impress upon you that you actually get to choose your energy. You actually get to choose how you're going to be using this time. And instead of seeing this time as a burdensome, heavy thing, let's look at it as an opportunity to celebrate what we can change and shift. And maybe right now we have more opportunities to change things that we don't normally have the time or the space to change, that will literally change our life for forever going forward. And I don't know about you, but I'm excited about that potential. And this is what I have to offer you right now in this moment to help you to change that trajectory for yourself and your family. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that notification bell, comment, like, subscribe. And if you're listening on your podcast app, I always appreciate those 5-star reviews. Be thinking about the purpose of winter and the things that you can embrace during this season. Happy solstice, and I will see you next time.